Hello, everybody. I'm here today with
Hi.
the lovely Veronica Parker. Hey, Veronica.
Hello.
um, we are, I'm just going to go live on Instagram. I can never like talk and do that at the same time. There we go. We are doing a Business Done Different class. I'm going to be facilitating a Business Done Different class in a couple weeks. And we were just chatting about it before we went live about the tools of the joy of business and the Business Done Different class and the times they are a changing big time.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah. Am I cutting out? Am I coming through okay?
There is a little bit of going in and out, and it might also be my internet at this point. I'm like, what is this possible?
Okay. We'll see how we go. Um Yeah, so, Business Done Different is this beautiful, beautiful class that is a Joy of Business class, that I usually do online as an online class, and, it's a dive into the tools of the Joy of Business tools and really, like, it an exploration into doing business in a completely different way than, like, how most people think business has to be done, needs to be done. And really looking at doing business by being curious, by asking questions, by looking at what's else is possible, by following what it is that we know. And we were chatting before we went live, just like there's so much changing in the world right now, so fast every day that it's like I've never seen anything like it in my lifetime. And if we don't continually evolve how we're doing business right now, especially, it's just not going to work. And a lot of people, I think, are finding that it's not working the way that they used to do business or the way that they have been doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like you said earlier, it's totally a new era for business, and whatever tools or methods we were using in the past, they're just not working now, you know? And what happens a lot is like if they're not working and you're not truly in the question or using these tools, you might have a tendency to like judge yourself because your business is not providing you with everything that it was providing you before. So, what else is truly possible in this new era of business with these amazing and magical tools?
Yeah, I mean, and one of the things that excites me is, I mean, I'm like so excited to have the tools of access consciousness and the joy of business right now, because of what's going on in the world. And it's like, I feel like like they just give you this like way of creating on quicksand, as we say, like in a constantly moving and changing economy and climate and, global reality, that like nobody can learn in business school. This isn't the kind of thing they teach when you get an MBA, because it's about really like staying connected to the future you would like to create and staying connected to the future that you perceive as possible and nurturing that, like creating it, um, not just for your business but in the world. And there's an evolution that we have to like nurture, not be at the effect of, but actually stay on the creative edge of, that I feel like the Business Done Different conversation is like it really gives you that the power to be part of the evolution rather than at the effect of evolution with business and creation.
Totally. And that's such a game changer, because then it's like you get to own it, you get to own you, and you get to choose what works for you and your business. And I was saying earlier when we were chatting, that's, one of the things that I've perceived ever since I've known you, Heather, is like you change, at the drop of a dime. I think that's how the saying goes, and you're willing to change, whatever is required in order for your creations and your business to be like fully alive and present, and that's pretty amazing.
Thank you. I mean, it's funny because it's something that I've just have always kind of had to do. Like yeah, I've at times I felt like I didn't really have a choice, that I just, had to be to like follow, just it's like when I know something needs to change, I change it. Um, and and it was so I just read the most amazing book. I don't know if you've heard of this book, Veronica, or anybody listening, but it's called Unreasonable Hospitality. And it was written by the guy's name is Will Guidara, and he was the owner and the manager of 11 Madison Park, which is a really nice restaurant in New York City. It's a Michelin restaurant. It's a, 4-star New York Times, like it's had gotten all the accolades. And it's really, I think, an exploration of business done different, and such a like this kind of like, he takes you on the journey of the development of this restaurant from like an okay steakhouse to 3 Michelin stars, best restaurant in the world, 4-star New York Times review, member of Relais and Chateau, like all these really high, honors in the restaurant industry. And they were constantly changing, change, and creating a culture and creating this unreasonable hospitality, which was really inspiring. But it was so cool to hear about how much change they were willing to create in this business, and how that's really one of the things that made them reach their target of being the #1 restaurant in the world, was just perceive a new possibility, perceive something greater that they could do and be, change, and be willing to question everything. It was really, I highly recommend this book. It was just so, so inspiring.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing. Yes, yes. So what else is truly possible? It's like I have to say also you're one of like the OG original facilitators of Business Done Different. You kind of started a long time ago facilitating this class. How have you seen even this class evolve and the manual, and what are your favorite tools that you use in your business?
Um, oh, well, yeah, I actually, I loved the business. I love Joy Business so much. Simone Milasas, who developed it, she was, we didn't have Joy Business Facilitator. That wasn't a thing. And I was like, please let other people facilitate this work. I really want to facilitate it. And she basically created the Joy Business Facilitator training in 2015, I believe it was. And I flew to Australia for 4 days to take the class so that I could facilitate Joy Business. And it has changed a lot since then. But the funny thing is like the tools haven't changed. Like the tools they're like access consciousness tools, Joy of Business tools. I mean, there's new tools. There's been a lot of evolution and kind of refinement and like greater elegance of the tools, but some of the most basic tools, like, still really, in some ways, are more relevant than ever. One of the things we were also talking about before we went live is just this whole thing about not having, like, success and failure being judgments, you know? And this is like one of the things that really kills business is when you have a need of like, you've judged what success is, you've judged what failure is, and you have a need of success and an avoidance of failure. and it's like nothing else can come into your business, or you won't create anything that might cause failure or, you know, keep you from success, but it's all a point of view. And when you get out of the point of
Yes.
view of success and failure, it's like you have so much more to work with in terms of what you can choose, what you can create. Like you're just willing to just try things and see what happens.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And what's also like fascinating for me is that even if you don't have an actual business, you can apply these tools to creating your life, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I use it for everything. I mean, it's really, I would say Business Done Different is really a creation masterclass. Like it's literally a class in how to create from possibility, how to create a future, how to get out of judgment of you, and how to really to have the ability to create on quicksand, like in a new era for business, where you've got to be responsive, you've got to be changing, you've got to be able to, you know, turn on a dime um, and make new choices, different choices that are going to create greater. And it's that applies everywhere. It applies to parenting, it applies to relationships, it applies to everything that we do in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, who can we invite to join this class?
Yeah. So Business Done Different, it's beautiful Joy Business class. It's going to be over 4 days online on Zoom. Um, it's it begins August 28th in the United States. I mean, you know, it's anywhere, but if you live in the US or Europe, you know, the Americas, Europe, it's going to be on the 28th. If you live in Australia, it'll be on the 29th. um, yeah, we'll be about 3.5 hours on Zoom every day for 4 days. And there's a manual, there's no prerequisites for the class. Like it's just a really cool dive into exploring a completely different possibility with how you create your business that to me matches what's going on in the world and the future, like where we're headed, you know. And if we don't, if you, it's like if we don't have tools that allow this kind of like flexibility and agility and change and being curious and questioning everything, businesses will be failing. I mean, it's just kind of what's, I think a lot of what's already happening is if you don't stay connected and stay kind of abreast of the changing times, you know, it's you won't, we just are not going to be able to do things the same.
Definitely, definitely. So pretty much, if you have kids, if you're a mom or a dad, or if you have a body, or if you
Keep it light.
would like to create your life in a whole different way and not have to wait until the New Year's and your New Year's resolutions to get started with that, what would it take for you to choose this amazing class with Heather? That's in just 2 weeks, right?
Yep. 2 weeks, which is like an eternity these days. So, you know, you have
Yeah,
plenty of time to get your schedule sorted and, you know,
exactly. And you can take it from wherever you are via Zoom. So how does it
yeah.
get any better than that?
Yeah. So the link is heathernichols.com/BDD online. It's on my website, easy to find. And yeah, love to see y'all there. Thanks,
Yes, totally amazing.
Veronica. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can't wait to put these tools into practice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you soon.